Offbeat.
I'm gonna learn how to play the drums.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Welcome to Everyone I Know, the podcast where we argue about the mundane. We're here again with just the boys.
just the boys
Just
today.
the fellas. We had a guest cancel on us, so we are here by our lonesome, on our lonesome.
Thankfully, I recovered from Applebee's 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, because the Applebee's
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, so that went up last week. A little out of order here, folks.
Oh, we're so mysterious. We've got so many secrets that you'll never know.
We don't have any
You never
secrets.
know our
You know
recording
everything.
schedule. You never know what we're doing with that Patreon money, which is nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it's sitting in a.
Hey, it's not nothing. Don't dunk on the people that are giving us money.
Yeah, we're saving the money that
The
you're sending
money
to
is
us.
not nothing. What we're doing with it is nothing at the moment.
Yes.
We're saving up for a good microphone.
Speaking of that, you didn't introduce us.
Just
Andy.
one of them. Just one.
This is Everyone I Know, the podcast where we talk about the mundane. We're in the fucking Troy Castle in the sky.
Yep.
We're
We can't take a week off.
We're way above the Hudson River, so far away. Or is it the Mohawk River? Hudson River.
Oh my
Mohawk.
God, the Hudson River.
Mohawk
Jesus
River
Christ.
is in Schenectady.
Andy forgot where he was.
So
for
the
a
Mohawk
second.
River is roughly 1/10 the size of the Hudson River.
Listen,
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, right. Brendan knows all about fucking rivers and streams.
Well, I like to imagine you're just really proud of the Hudson River.
I am very proud of the Hudson River. You know, I think that people, this maybe is a topic I should do as a topic one day, but I think people don't appreciate around here all the stuff that is great because they're used to it. The Hudson River is a very important thing.
It's fucking gross.
It is gross and it is ours.
Yeah, and I'm proud of
Like much of New York.
me and my large son are very happy, and I'd like you to leave us alone.
oh yeah.
I'm
So
here with my brother Chris.
hey, folks, what's
and
going
my
on?
producer Brendan.
Hello, and the Hudson River is great. It's gross and it's great.
Thank you, folks, for being here. If you're listening to us, and we want to thank you, patrons, because this episode of Everyone I Know is brought to you by Audible.com. Slightly, minutely, $30, one time, expanse. Go listen to it. Audible.com, audibletrial.com/EIK. But also, more than anything else, this podcast is brought to you by you, the patrons.
That's freaking right, bro.
That's right, John Cheevers.
John changed his pledge recently.
Did he? He finally
Yeah, I think
caught
he
on.
realized.
He caught on because we were ridiculing him on air.
Yeah, but John's still a patron, just not at the the obscene number he was before.
20 whole U.S. American dollars. Do you know what you could do with $20 a month?
You could subscribe to us on Patreon.
You could,
You
you could.
stupid bastard.
You could go to patreon.com/everyone I know, and you can get a Pengus, you can get a candle, you can get a nice little email from me, whatever you like.
Guess what else?
What else?
This episode of Everyone I Know is brought to you by New York State Music, New York State's leading music news source. Visit NewYorkStateMusic.com for news on upcoming shows and festivals all across New York State, interviews with up-and-coming established bands, album reviews, award-winning photography, and a look
Photography?
at what makes New York State the best state for music in the country. Bands of all genres and sizes can contact New York State Music to have their events featured on their website free of charge, which is dope. Visit NewYorkStateMusic.com for more info.
Speaking of music, if anybody's listening to this podcast and you're going to the Sleep concert on Friday, I'll be there.
Wait, where's Sleep playing on Friday? Oh, is this the one
Sleep at the mall.
Yeah, Sleep at the Mall, dog.
That's
it's
this
sold
Friday?
out. Sold out.
I can get tickets.
If
Where are you gonna get tickets from?
I'll find tickets. I'll post
I am
on Craigslist and say I'll give you an obscene amount of money for tickets.
I am
to the Sleep
so
concert.
fucking excited to see Sleep. But Andy's going to some music too.
I'm gonna go see Music at Disc Jam, and you'll hear so much about it in the upcoming month.
yeah. Stay tuned.
Martin Pohl also needs a ticket for Sleep. I've seen him posting about it on Twitter.
I am
He
so
is
fucking excited. I bought
part
them the
of-
first day they came out because I knew they were gonna sell. out.
because you're a dweeb.
Yeah, I like
you-
Sleep.
are you
They're
gonna
a
show
fucking
up-
amazing band?
They are.
No, it's smart to go to get the tickets because
Yeah.
you know why the fuck are they even here? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's insane that Sleep is coming to Albany, New York on a Friday, and the only other place in New York they're going is Buffalo.
yeah,
It
truly
makes no
establishing
fucking sense.
Albany,
First of all,
New
I
York.
think you think Sleep is a bigger band than they are.
They're pretty fucking big
They're
in
pretty
circles,
big, but
man.
they're not like bigger than like playing at Upstate Concert Hall or
Yeah,
something.
no. But for the scene, they're very, very big.
They're not even going to New York, is what.
Yeah,
Chris is saying.
they're not playing.
That is
Brooklyn.
a little weird.
They like sold out like Brooklyn Steel
Although, to
last
be
year.
fair,
like,
playing in New York City sucks.
Yeah.
they probably got a sweet fucking deal to play
It
up here.
sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that the mall gave them a lot of money money, and they probably gave him a lot of gift cards to all the various places in the mall.
Claire's.
FYE.
Oh, dude, you can get everything pierced, dude. They'll do your conch for free, dude.
FYE. They got some fucking their own
Is that
CDs.
still there?
Dude,
Probably.
they'll give you all the leftover stock from Borders when it used to be there.
Is that what FYE is? Just a clearinghouse for what used to be a Borders?
Pretty much. I
Kinda.
actually went into a Borders recently, and that was nice.
I got
that
Mogwai
smell.
vinyl for $2 at a FYE once.
Damn.
Really?
Why? What was wrong with it? Was it cursed?
No, it's one of the greatest albums ever made, Mr. Beast.
All right, with that, let's keep this going. Let's keep this flow rolling.
Dude, it's just the fellas.
It's just
We're
the fellas.
punch
We're
drunk.
just-
We haven't seen each other in a week.
Yeah, we haven't recorded in a
I
week.
see Chris like every day.
You do
I see
me every
Chris
day.
on the weekends mostly.
I see
and-
Chris
and on
more than you,
Tuesdays.
his brother.
That's true. That's true.
So if you're new to the podcast, we do a thing every week where our father will, most weeks, our father will write in a what's it called? A review, a critique, a recap of the previous episode. We recorded out of order, so this one is from our last episode, but really it's like from like 2 weeks ago. It's a whole thing. I'm not going to explain it, but
None of this need to be explained because in the order we're going in, this works perfectly fine.
yeah, I know. But
We're full of
I'll-
secrets. We have secrets. We're mysterious. You got to find
just-
us out. You got to rate, review, subscribe.
I
To
just
know
want
about
people
this.
to know that we think ahead.
We value transparency,
Yeah.
which is not something that was valued in the Soviet Union. Hashtags Chernobyl.
I can still watch that.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
All right. So the old man sends us an email. It's called the Old Man Minute. I can't read out loud. Brendan can. Brendan, go ahead.
Hello, EIK fellas. It was great seeing you two, Miss Olivia, Miss Julie, along with Julie's parents, Gail and Joel. They're great people.
Plug.
Riveting podcast.
Not sponsored by
Not
Julie's
sponsored.
parents.
We could be though.
Well, let's dive into this hot, wet mess. Eating good in the neighborhood. Not.
Not very good, my wife.
I really
my
felt
wife.
I really felt bad for Brendan because he was in genuine pain after eating that plate of garbage. Note to selves, if you want pain, just slam your dick in the bathroom door. You'll recover sooner. Agreed.
Yeah, it was. That was a fucking spicy day afterwards.
Although ingesting that shit is not on par with throwing yourself on a grenade to save your buddies, it still warrants recognition, and as the Colonel, I am making the following citations. For conspicuous valor in the face of overwhelming horrible food, the following are awarded the EIK Medal of Honor.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Brendan, for eating a nasty Asian dish in a white bread restaurant that nearly resulted in your untimely demise. Andy, for eating the signature dish, which sounded like ground pig entrails pressed into the form of riblets.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And Chris, for eating the quesadilla burger, which sounds like something I once scraped off my boots.
Yep.
And I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't make this last citation. For conspicuous intelligence at avoiding the horrible food, Nicole is awarded the EIK Medal of Brilliance and Common Sense.
Not being a fucking clown.
Yeah,
Note
dude.
that the award ceremony is over. What possessed you guys to abuse yourselves like this? I haven't seen such masochism since Alan Rickman's Man vs. Food. There's only 3 things I ordered at Applebee's. Beer, the appetizer sampler, which was just
we,
fine.
we said that.
Aside from the weird
and
wings, just fine.
it was very all right.
And maybe the burger. I usually con the waitress into substituting normal chicken wings for the gross boneless ones and plead to have my burger as bloody as possible. Fair enough. But
They
if you're
will not
still
cook
bent
your-
on self-destruction, a few restaurants you may consider are Olive Garden,
Nope.
Outback Steakhouse,
Yep.
Red Lobster,
Sure.
Golden Corral,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Cheesecake
Golden
Factory,
Corral.
P.F. Chang's, and Carrabba's Italian Grill. Yum, love old man. P.S. After 11 hours of windshield time with Vader traveling to and from Cleveland Clinic and another 3 hours on Sunday traveling to Albany and back to see you guys, all I can say is God bless the compound. Until I got married, I never understood why Grandpa spent so much time in the basement.
Yep. See, now I had to explain to everybody that this was filmed out of order because they might have known what our plans were
Yeah.
from a couple weeks ago. Because
Well, Gail and Joel.
yeah. Maybe they're listening. And they're
Maybe
like,
they're
oh,
listening.
we weren't here last week.
All of that was accurate, I just want to say.
Yeah, no.
Did you guys have some serious salt issues after that? I was like dehydrated for like a week after that.
So
It took
my
me a day.
eyes were a little bloated. Didn't know that could happen.
my
just
feet,
don't understand
my
how
feet
people,
got big.
How do you? I guess you acclimate to a diet like that after a period of time.
I don't know, man. I eat pretty shitty.
Like the horses in Chernobyl. They get used to it.
That's all we're going to talk about. I'll start talking about Good Omens. It's really good.
Is that
I've
good?
been meaning to hit that up.
I just won't watch it because I can't cast it.
you
It's
can.
like
It's gotta cast your
if
phone.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was about angels and demons instead of aliens.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Tight.
I gotta watch Chernobyl still. I got to do that. I got to do that tonight.
Well, on that note, we're moving on now to topic. One. So sexy.
Crazy. All right, so I am topic 1 per usual. Today, I have a topic for you guys. Now, when I heard that we didn't have a guest, I said, no! And then I said, all right, let's do something. We have a gradient going on between the three of us.
A gradient.
A gradient.
A gradient.
A spectrum.
A spectrum.
Cable.
No.
Oh.
Hairlines.
Hairlines.
Oh.
Good hair.
Brendan.
Passable hair.
Passable hair for
Andy.
now. On its
Me?
way out.
No hair.
No hair.
So I want to talk about bald people,
You want to talk about the concepts?
the concepts, things you might not know, questions you might have, Brendan.
Oh. I wish Seth was here
Yeah.
because Seth has been. If you're listening, Seth, just let go.
Nope, Seth, hang on to that because once you shave
Just
that
let
shit,
go,
it
man.
never fucking comes back.
Ain't coming back. Son.
Just let
Does
go,
not
man.
come back.
It looks like a poorly maintained bush at the end of fall.
No,
It's
no, it
not.
doesn't. It looks fine. Hold on to it.
Honestly, I got a hot take about that. Should I just say it right
Yeah,
now? Or just
go
say
for it.
I don't think all people who are like midway balding look bad.
Yeah, no. Some people can pull it off. It's a specific type of bald where I don't know, you still look like a human.
When you really get the I don't know if I've ever talked about this on the podcast before, but when I was younger I had alopecia,
Oh, really?
so
Really?
I actually lost my hair, so I actually have quite
I didn't know that was something you could like grow out of.
it's not common. Yeah, a regimen of steroids caused mine to grow back,
Okay. Wait, is
which by the way,
alopecia-
the steroids you take for hair, whatever, I don't know what it was, but man, it fucks you up.
Do those
Yeah,
heroids?
I never took
Heroids.
I never took any like Rogaine or anything like that because the list of fucking side effects is insane.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the same shit they gave me when I was in 7th grade. So it happened to me twice. The first time was around 7th grade, and it was like the Friar Tuck.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
so, it
no,
started
that's-
at the back of my head, and just came down. But it was pretty much limited to just the hair on the top of my head.
Yep, that's
Okay.
male pattern baldness.
But they said, oh yeah, that's alopecia, which is where I learned that alopecia means your hair is falling out. We don't know why.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, what that diagnosis
I
means.
thought of like it was like a distinct like
I thought it was a genetic
thing.
yeah.
So there's different kinds of it, like totalis, like you lose everything except your eye, like facial hair or something, and then there's
Okay.
another one where you lose like facial hair.
They
There's
all have the
different kinds
names
of
of
it.
sound like Greek gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Alopecia totalis.
so I lost.
Alopecia vulgaris.
Now I was a very skinny kid, and I'm bald, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sickly looking, and people were like asking my mom like if I had cancer.
Christ.
But it was rough. Like we had to basically shave my head down so that it matched
Right,
that I was
right.
except I was only in 7th grade when I had to make this decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it grew back, and then a few years later I had another small brush with it. But then what happened after that was I started to lose patches of hair on my legs, which actually still happens.
Interesting.
Wow. Did not know that about you.
Yep.
Well, you're part of the club.
Yeah. The hair club for
Hair
men.
club for men,
Hair
baby.
club for men.
Welcome to the club members.
But yeah, so
only.
that is one of the reasons that I am very appreciative of what I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
hair
no.
wise.
See, so now I think I'm pretty transparent. My thoughts about being bald. I'm bald and proud. I don't give a fuck.
Well, we grew up with a bald
Yeah, exactly.
father.
So the old man's gonna go off on this topic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that is actually something that we've probably talked to Dad about this before, but maybe not in as explicit terms, but like Dad always rocked the bald head,
yeah.
and he always
before it was like okay and fashionable.
yeah, before like people besides like Michael Jordan could
yeah,
do it.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean he like taught us like, yo, just be cool, and
Yeah.
people don't care.
Yeah,
and
no.
actually, and I've heard this from almost every woman I've talked to. Maybe they're just being nice, but maybe this is real. Ladies don't really care that much about it.
I think it's more just a matter. Well, I think certainly there's going to be a
Yeah.
spectrum of how much women care about it.
Right,
But
I think that's true.
I think that it's just. I think that it really like. I think that there's a point where it's like you shouldn't be hanging on.
yeah, I think
I think Seth is still okay, even though I give him shit for it.
Yeah.
Seth is still like where he could hang on and like you're like okay, you still look okay. But
Yeah.
when you get somebody that is like all bald in like the middle of the back of their head,
Yeah, it's
and it's like
bad.
or like you get the really bad. Like it's pretty rare for the hairline in the front to get so bad that you have to go until it's like way at the back already.
See, that's
Right.
what happened to me. So you can, if you've
Yeah.
ever met me, you can see I actually have a hairline. I actually have a pretty good hairline.
Yeah.
But when it gets too long, it gets
just not thick enough.
extremely patchy in the middle of my head.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's fucking gross looking.
Right.
And I just woke up one day. I'm like, that looks like shit.
But to be fair, you get to make up for it with having a very thick beard.
Yes, I was blessed with that.
So we also have a spectrum of that here.
That's true. Listen, I'm not here. I'm not here to make any bones about my facial hair. I don't want to fucking be ridiculed. Okay, but it's just not great. Okay, it doesn't come in thick.
You know,
It comes in stringy, like a rat.
That's one of the things. Like I've talked to people before. Like I'm thinking about like shaving my head. I'm like, first off, be sure you want to do that because it does not grow back.
Yeah,
you like legitimately, it will never grow back the same way.
it's the sunk money fallacy.
Yeah,
Once you've done it,
you will never get it back to the way you had it before. I don't know what it is, like fucking witchcraft or some shit. But I say that to him first, and secondly, dude, you're gonna be fine. Just be your fucking self. It's not a big deal. And I almost always get, well, you have a nice beard. I'm like, well, yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
I
That,
appreciate
I
that.
needed
does
that.
help, man. Seth grows a nice beard too.
Yep.
I'm in the middle. I'm okay. I have a like it's okay, but it's not a super thick beard, and it gets weird when it gets long. My hair goes very, very, very slow. So once it starts to get long, it kind of also is like my maximum length for my beard is like 1.5 inches.
Okay.
Really.
Because of how slow my hair grows.
Right.
So it starts to get weird and like the length starts to get all messed up once it gets a little longer. I don't know what's happening over on your end.
Listen, I'm born.
You see, like, you have like the stringiest hair. Like mine just like all grows in uniform, and I don't do
mine-
anything to my beard.
My facial hair is made to be stubble. It's not made to go any longer. And honestly, I've had the fucking the like scruffy look since I was like 13.
I think if you had really thick facial hair, you would look so Lebanese.
Oh
yeah.
certainly. I would look like
you
the
could-
fucking Ayatollah.
With the patchiness, like you could pass for like almost any kind of Mediterranean.
Yes.
You could pass for Southern Italian.
Oh, certainly.
He gets confused for just about any.
I'm
Yeah.
racial.
I'm the omniracial.
But if it was
you
really
have love in
thick-
your heart, you can love me for any race that you think that
Yeah.
I am, and if you have hate in your heart, you can
But-
figure out a race that I should be, and you can hate me.
But if you
for
had a
that.
big thick beard, you'd look so Lebanese.
Oh fuck yeah! The other thing too that I, being Lebanese, that I have going for me is the thick motherfucking eyebrows.
Yeah.
The
Oh, when you're
I'm-
older, dude,
I'm
this is
mainly
gonna be like
eyebrows.
caterpillars coming down your face.
I'm mainly eyebrows.
You look more Irish though.
Yeah.
Chris has got like the black Irish look. Like you look like
Yeah.
you're Irish plus something else. Usually black Irish is Irish and Spanish, but you're
Well,
Irish and
the
Lebanese.
black Irish is Spanish.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you would have to tell me. Like, I didn't know that you were Lebanese till you told me. I would have guessed that you were probably Lebanese or Syrian.
Well, you also studied Middle
Okay, that's
Eastern
fair.
history in college,
And you're on a watch list.
right?
Hey, man, I'm afraid to fly international. I'm afraid they're looking for me.
So
Like I just want to go to Yemen. Just leave me alone.
So bringing it back to bald people, I want to talk about bald characters in film, television, and movies. Why are they always the goddamn villains?
Not true.
Daddy Warbucks.
One Punch Man.
Okay, One Punch Man. Okay, how about this? The vast majority.
Yes, because bald people are powerful. That's what it is. That's why people have the fucking bias against bald people because we're taking over.
The most boring villain in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe was bald.
Who's that?
Obadiah Stane,
Yep.
the one from the first Iron Man movie.
Oh, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
such a shame because Jeff Bridges is such
Most
good
of their
actor.
movies have really bad villains, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Outside of like Thanos is probably
Like-
the best.
Second best.
Second best
I
is,
think that Killmonger's
yeah,
the
Killmonger's
best.
the best.
Which they say he's going to be back for the second
Yeah.
one.
I
Definitely.
did not like Killmonger. I like. His
Let's move on
character.
before I get upset then.
I just
Everyone's
don't
a
like Michael
critic.
B. Jordan's acting in that.
Nah, he was excellent.
Michael Jordan's good at fucking everything. Still haven't seen Creed,
Who's the best bald good guy?
Agent 47, Hitman, Agent 47.
He's not a good man. He's just an assassin.
I'm trying to think. This is rough, man.
Yeah,
think
there
one-
isn't that many.
OPM, dude. One Punch Man.
Yeah, but
He's a hero for fun. He got tired of being a fucking salary man.
I watched that a couple of those cartoons. They're fucking hilarious, and I know like this much about fucking anime. And it's fucking
the
great.
manga is so much better.
I gotta read it.
I've
yeah.
been watching Full Metal Alchemist.
Hell yeah, dude.
First time, never watch it.
You got
We should do that for
equal
everyone's
exchange.
a critic.
Equal exchange.
Do some like anime that I've never watched because I don't know that
Have
much
you watched
about
Akira?
it. I've watched parts of Akira.
Maybe we
Akira.
should. I would love to watch Akira.
I love Akira. I think that.
Oh, creepy bald kid in Akira, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, he doesn't start out bald. It takes a little while.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the other thing. Normally, people start out normal with hair, and then once they become evil, they're bald.
That's true.
Like Lex Luthor.
Right?
Oh, Lex Luthor is definitely the quintessential
Yep.
bald villain.
Yeah, I agree.
Who played best? Who played Lex Luthor the best?
The man we can't talk about anymore, Kevin Spacey.
What a shame, though, because that, I mean, aside from the Kevin Spacey being a horrible
Yeah.
human being thing, that movie sucked, except for him.
Yeah.
I never saw that one. I was actually about to say what's Michael Shannon, but he's Zod, not
Yeah, he's Zod,
Luthor.
Michael
so who's-
Shannon's terrifying.
Who else
He's
do we
great.
have for bald heroes, then? I'm trying to think, man. This is
Bruce
tough.
Willis in Die Hard.
Yep.
Bruce Willis and whatever.
Yeah, Bruce
just
Willis.
Bruce Willis as a human being.
Okay.
Bruce Willis
bald
in
icon.
Bruce Willis in
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Does Shaft doesn't have hair? Shaft.
Okay. Chef.
Okay,
I mean, I
Yeah,
think that there's
really not that.
and he's a bad motherfucker.
yeah. I think that okay. I think that it's not a good evil thing. Bald denotes power, I believe.
Yeah, it's more of like a
Hell yeah,
badass
it does.
thing. It's just that there's more badass villains.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that baldness is literally like you're so fucking charged up, dude. Your hair just can't handle it.
So if you haven't watched the show Barry, turn this podcast
Hank.
off. Go fucking get a subscription to it or steal off the fucking internet. Watch Barry because it's one of the best shows on television right now.
Have you watched
Bill
it, Brendan?
Hader
I
is
have not.
fucking
I love Bill Hader, so I
it's
wanted to
You
watch
need
it.
to fucking go watch
I got
it.
so many shows in my
so
queue.
good.
But there's what is it? Is it Soho? Soho Hank.
So yeah, I forget. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so Soho Hank, he actually has alopecia.
Yeah.
But he plays this villainous Russian mobster guy, but he's also super sweet.
He's
but just
sweet and he wants friends.
But he's so evil at the same fucking time. It's
He's-
such a good character.
He's he's actually Chechen.
He's Chechen. Yep. I think that that's a great way to play that character, like the quintessential, Chechnyan, like Eastern European bald
Scary
gangster, scary
motherfucker.
motherfucker. But also he wears short shorts and he's super nice and he just really wants to hug everybody and like
He's really into bonding and friendship.
Yeah.
Kind of like Manny from our Everyone I Crit series.
yes.
So when are you bald?
When
What's
you
the
shave
line?
when you shave your head, I think.
Well, I mean, like George Costanza.
Not.
So you're
getting
saying
an
the
image.
the accountant's halo. George
That's-
Costanza from Seinfeld.
Okay.
As opposed to all the other George Costanzas.
Yeah, that's bald. That's a different bald. Man.
See, but
The
he's
accountant-
recognized as bald in the show. Plays into the show a lot.
I think that's still bald. You don't think that
Yeah, no,
if you've
that's
got the
bald.
sides, I mean, that's like nature's decided that you're bald, but you haven't.
yeah.
Which I think is that's a weak look.
Yeah, and that's like you're not gonna see some villainous like intergalactic fucking villain with the fucking
With the Friar Tuck.
Yeah, with the Friar Tuck halo going on. But that would actually be a pretty good character.
Certainly. Well, have you been watched? You watched What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Yes.
Have you watched that, Brendan?
The show or the movie?
The show.
Well, I watched
yeah.
both.
Yeah,
They're
you watched the show.
amazing.
The emotional vampire or
Colin Robinson?
psychic vampire.
God, it's so good.
I'm actually
Their blood is
feeding.
tainted. They're
act-
useless now.
I'm actually feeding on you.
Oh, that show is excellent. Everybody should
I
watch it.
I was so scared about it when I heard about it, and I
'Cause it
refused to
wasn't-
watch, even though you two told me it was good. I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
When I heard that Jermaine Clement was actually like involved in the show and
Yeah.
making it, and when I heard that Matt Berry
Matt
was going to
Berry.
be in it,
Harry, dude, he is. So
I was like, "There's no way this could be
fucking
bad."
Human form. Bat. Yeah, Matt Berry is one of the,
Father.
Matt Berry is so fucking good.
He's the
I
best
love
part of the
him
IT
so much.
crowd.
Yep.
A problematic show, but
Yeah,
he's great in that. He's just wonderful.
he's fucking hilarious.
He is like extremely underrated.
Yep.
He should be
I don't think he's
considered-
underrated. I think
He really-
he's known
In the circles that
Yeah.
In
he's
the circles
in.
he's known, but he should be known. I think that he should be known on like a Will Ferrell level
Oh yeah, for sure.
of known. Like I feel like he is a big hit away from that perpetually.
Yes, I agree.
Hopefully the show does a lot for that, but
Yeah.
he is just
He's,
fantastic.
he is so goddamn funny.
But Colin Robinson is really one of the best
He's
parts
so
of that
funny.
show.
It's so
That movie's amazing. That show is amazing. I'm so happy with it now that the season's over. I'm glad they're doing more.
Taika Waititi, dude. Always.
he's a fucking phenomenal
He's
director.
doing-
Have you guys watched the whole show?
No, I haven't finished it yet.
I finished.
How
it.
far did you make it?
Where am I at? I think I'm on like the second or third episode.
Oh God, you have
Yeah.
so much. There's so much,
It's
and you know
so
what I'm
good.
talking about.
It gets so
There's
good,
one
dude.
episode that's gonna blow your goddamn mind.
See, no, I was all ready to go home and watch Chernobyl and get depressed. I think I'm
No.
going to go home and watch fucking what
you
we do in
got
the
you got to
shadows.
make it to like the 6th episode. There's one episode that is one of the most daring things I've
Yeah.
seen done on television.
I'm done.
Chernobyl. Nobody goes bald in Chernobyl.
They do eventually. Trust me.
Well, they will, but I don't. They didn't. They show a little bit of hair loss stuff, but nobody's like full on. Mr.
I just want to
Mr.
know
Clean.
what all these British people were doing, running a Russian nuclear reactor.
Exactly, it's crazy.
So let's talk about when you made the decision. Like, this has got to go now.
When you hashtag
how long
made
ago
the
was that?
switch.
It was a few months after I moved to Albany.
Yeah,
I was freshly single.
ready to
and-
fucking mingle, dude.
And I was working. Oh, where was I working?
Delmonico's or
No,
Direct
this
TV.
was DirecTV. And right before I had an interview, I got drunk the night before because that's what you do before an interview.
Yeah. Calm the nerves.
Yeah, calm the nerves down a little bit. And it's good to smell like booze at your interview. But then I looked in the mirror when I was going to bed. I'm like, whoa, you look like a homeless person, kind of. That doesn't look good. Took my clippers and just took it off.
Yeah.
So were you nervous kind of about the reception you were going to get the next day from
Yeah.
people who had known you before?
Yeah, but I expected a ribbing because that's how my friends are. I expect to get my balls broken, but it would be all in good fun.
Yeah.
And then also one of our very close friends, Patrick, he has been bald much longer than me. He has had a shave that much longer than me, and he goes all the way. He bigs it.
We work with Patrick now.
Yes.
I keep forgetting because he just like does his job.
Yeah, he's a great worker.
I just keep forgetting he's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, it's Patrick.
Yeah. No, I've known him since the kindergarten.
Because he's just like gets your shit done.
Yep. He doesn't complain. He came from a pretty rough previous job. So.
Yeah. He's a salary man. He just goes and he does his fucking time. He gets the fuck out.
Yeah.
He really does.
He's got no time for that
it
bullshit.
makes me so happy because my job is to shepherd these people. And I don't need to shepherd him.
Nope.
He just does it. It's phenomenal.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
But Hosey or Patrick would tell me, just gave his full name out, but it's okay. Actually,
Well,
no,
now people know it's his full name because he just said that.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't work
When
in
you
like
guys
the
said
health,
Patrick,
healthcare.
I was like, why'd you even do that? Because I'm gonna slip.
Yeah. Like I said, he's been bald for a long time, and he had been prodding me a little bit along the way, and I do this to some people as well. By prodding, I mean your hair looks like shit, Powers.
Yeah.
Fucking shave your head.
There is a secret society of bald men
Yeah.
who will approach you in a cloak and in a dark alley and say,
I've done it.
and they reveal the clippers from beneath
Yes.
their robes and they say it's time.
Yeah.
I actually cannot so that's one of the things about when you meet somebody and they're already bald. I can't picture Patrick. Like,
Oh, I got some pictures.
I'm
of
sure
it.
they're pictures. I'm sure.
I'll bring some in,
I guess he
man.
probably did come out that way.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he didn't always look that way. But for me, like, he's a bald dude. That's what he looks like.
He had a gorgeous mane of red curly
Curly
hair.
hair.
my
He looked
God.
like Jack Osborne.
Jack Osborne. Yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne's son.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got some pictures.
Yeah, I don't know what happened because hey, your hair sticking around is not a thing in my family.
Yeah.
Like my
All them steroids you're popping.
my
in
uncles,
your
it was already going by like their 20s.
That's what I mean. Honestly, I am a little.
You're an outlier.
I'm outliving the curve for a little bit here. We haven't really discussed my intermediate hairline, and I think it's important that we do.
Your hairline's fine.
I have a peninsula.
You do.
I have a peninsula. I have the state of Florida.
It's slowly being consumed by your scalp, though.
Right. It's like reverse devil horns. It's where my horns will grow in is where it's bald. And then I got a little spot in the back for, where the devil can enter my brain and hit my pineal gland.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I mean, I know I've said it to people before, like this weekend when I go to Disc Jam and see my friends from Oneonta, who I see like a couple times a year. I've said to them for the last couple of years, I was like, enjoy it while it lasts because it's going, folks. Like it's it's a slide.
It is. I think that to anybody out there, I think we should probably bring this home here. That it feels self-conscious about going bald. Don't. If you got a weird head, you got a weird head.
Sorry, dude.
I'm very worried that I'm going to look really horrible bald if I ever get to that
C-section,
point.
baby.
I was a C-section too. I probably have an okay head, but I know that I have a scary head too because I'm pretty thin and I got like the brain box fucking skull. So I'm going to look like a straight up alien, but I'll use that to my advantage. Once again, increasing my power level.
Yes,
right
yes.
now I'm cute cuddly Andy, but when I'm fucking bald, you better watch. I'll melt your soul.
Well, at least you don't like have a job that is like weird and alien, like neuroscientist.
Neuroscience. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to look like Lex Luthor. Like it's impossible for
What
me to
field do you work in? Neuroscience.
brains. I touch brains. Brains of flies, brains of mice, brains of small mammals. Nice.
But yeah, if you want to shave your head, just do it.
It's an
But think about
EIK
it.
special episode. La la la. Yeah, guys, don't be. You know what? As a man, I will say that we have very few society standards about our looks.
Yep.
You know what? Fuck it. If just fucking let it go, dude. No one cares. You don't care. Guess what? We're all gonna be in dirt very soon.
To quote Dan Savage, if women are sex objects, men are success objects.
If you say so.
Just go out there, be confident, and do shit, and nobody will give a shit that you're bald.
Yeah, no,
was what I'm saying.
Yeah, just one final thing, final tip about going bald, and I haven't experienced this, but I think it's probably an important thing.
Oh, I got one more too.
When you're gonna shave your head, shave it in the winter.
Okay.
Because if you have a tan line, it looks fucking weird.
Okay. One to beat off that real quick.
I don't beat off anything.
Yeah, we're not beating off anything, but if you do shave your head, fucking invest in sunscreen. The most painful sunburn is on your fucking scalp.
Oh, my hair. So my hair
It's
is a
the
little thin in the
fuck-
back,
Dude,
so I've gotten
it's-
that, and
yeah,
it
no,
really
no,
is the worst.
You haven't experienced like your whole fucking.
No,
head's
no,
been
I'm
burned.
sure. I
It's-
can only imagine that it is that times 10.
Oh boy, oh boy. See
Cocoa-
that, son?
Cocoa butter too.
Lube up, bud. Lube it up.
All right. On that note, we're moving on now to topic. Two.
I'm really spicy with these today.
Got hot fingers. That's why.
So that's my topic.
Spicy.
Yes. No. My topic that I would like to talk about, speaking of sunscreen, is cruises.
How have we not really talked about cruises, have we?
We've talked
We-
about them,
yeah,
but we've never
we've
specifically
dabbled.
dug into them. Please tell me about your cruise.
So I went on a cruise recently, and it was my first cruise.
Congratulations.
It was a cruise
Welcome
to
to the club.
the Bahamas.
Yep.
It was all expenses paid, so I can't complain really that much about the situation.
Yeah,
so
not
putting
paying for a
aside that this whole thing was all expenses paid, because I'm kind of a little shit for any complaint I make in the first place.
No, you can.
Listen. Just because you come from a place of privilege does not mean that you can't see inequality.
It was weird.
No shit,
Yeah,
dude.
cruises are fucking strange.
It was like somebody locked me in Disney World
It is
and then dropped it in the middle
So
of the ocean.
I think Bill Burr put it best when he said that cruises are for people that want to go on vacation but not involve themselves in other people's culture.
Yes.
They want
Same
want
thing
to
with resorts.
they say exact same thing with resorts.
See, I like resorts.
That's the same fucking
It's the
thing,
same
man.
thing. It's
the
a cru-
food's the same.
It's a cruise that doesn't move, my friend.
I appreciate that part of it because you're stable. And I don't like boats. Not big on open water.
No. Too many people want to murder me. I can't be
Yeah,
on
yeah.
in the
I think the thing
international
is, like, I could
waters.
go to a resort for a lot. Like, again, we're putting aside this was for all expenses paid.
Yep.
I could go to a resort and get a lot more for a lot less.
Oh, see, I'll disagree with that because I've done both of those in the recent years. We went on a cruise with Julie's family, and then we went to Mexico for Julie's sister's wedding, and the price was about comparable, and we got about the same.
Yeah,
about
okay.
about the only thing is though with the resort you have a lot more freedom.
Yeah.
But you don't get the ports of call. That's really that's kind of the trade-off.
Cruise is a way to go to a lot of different places and not have to plan shit.
You don't have to plan shit, and you also don't have to really interact with people.
Right.
It's all done for you, and they're like,
Right.
"Here's the fucking ruins." Okay,
Right.
cool. And I'll get back on the bus.
Right. Get back on the bus. Don't get left in fucking
It was,
Cozumel.
Yep.
it was
Like me and Andy
very.
did.
There was something just very insincere
Oh yeah.
about the whole thing. That was part
Oh,
of it.
yeah, no, that's-
like when I go to a nice hotel or I go to like a nice resort or something like that.
Right.
And if I go to a resort, it's because it's at a place that I also want to explore the local area. But you know, it never feels, if it's a nice place, it never really feels insincere. It just feels like they're doing a good job.
Right.
So when we went to Mexico,
Well, I mean, that might be different.
it was a little icky.
Resorts
had a
in
great
Mexico
time.
are a little
I had a great time.
can be a little hit or miss.
But it was a little. Here's what we're putting on a play right now. This is what Mexico is for white
Yeah.
people. Here,
Yes.
This is what you want to
I
see.
think that's that's like a cruise on land, going to
Yeah,
that
it is.
kind of
It
a
exactly
resort.
is.
Well, so
what it
what
is.
I would say,
Because when I say resort, I mean like a resort, like in like a fully developed nation.
What
you go to
I-
a resort in like the Bahamas or like something like that is definitely different.
What I would say is that maybe the difference between going on a cruise to being in a resort with Brendan is that a cruise, no matter which way you cut it, is fully artificial.
Yes.
A resort can be a little bit less artificial.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just
Man was not
very-
meant to be on the sea for that long.
No.
It was just very odd. It was fun and the food was really good,
Yep.
but it was a very odd experience.
It's when you start seeing behind the panes a little bit there. That's when it gets really freaky. When you notice the guy that's been waiting your tables all week long is also one of the busboys.
There was
Like that was a little weird to me. Like the guy that was like super fucking waiter the entire time we were
Right.
there. I saw him like busting tables in the morning. When I'm like, wait, I would think he's not that there's anything wrong with busting tables, but like I would think he's like
There'd be
higher,
some kind
higher
of
in the
division of
pecking-
labor there.
well,
Yeah.
somebody
yeah.
that we were on the cruise with said they were on a cruise once and they wanted to see behind the scenes, so they just basically paid somebody to let them see like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You could probably guess who that was. But and like that it was for the people that work on the cruise line, every night is Friday night and every morning is Monday morning.
Yeah.
Because they just party constantly.
Oh,
all
I believe
night.
it. I believe it.
And then you got to get up and just get going because every day is work.
Yep.
Well, one thing that I would say about cruises that I think is maybe something that would help to draw a line, like a parallel here, is that it's kind of like a rolling dorm building. You know what I mean? There's dining hall. There's you see your fucking neighbors. You maybe hear your neighbors fuck.
Yep.
You know, you might puke in your closet.
Yeah, no, it's good. You might pee in a closet.
You might pee in a closet, Chris Powers. Yeah, no, I don't know. Cruises, I think, I just don't give a shit about boats.
Yeah, I don't like boats.
And like, you know,
I actually like that part of it.
You
I
like
like
the
being
boat.
out on the ocean.
Nope.
I don't get motion sickness,
I do.
so that helps. We did have a external facing room,
that's nice.
so that helps a lot with that
You're not
because
in
you
the
can
dungeon. Yeah.
just because the best cure for motion sickness is just get outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was really nice, except for when the birds tried to get in and eat our breakfast. That was a little weird.
You should have killed the bird.
I
and
love
eaten
being out on the ocean. I really love the ocean, and I don't know. I really like. We got to watch the sunset from like the middle of the freaking ocean. Yeah, that was awesome.
There's definitely moments like it's
Yeah.
not that cruises are due to garbage; it's that they could be greatly improved, perhaps.
So you got to think about what a cruise does, and the idea is it's a lavish vacation that you can do for relatively cheap.
Right.
So it needs to appeal to everyone, and that's you got to run the gambit for that. You need so you need Marlboro cigarettes there too, but you also need to be able to get a bottle of wine at like some
good vintage.
of bottle
Yes.
of wine or something like that. So because of that, that's where a lot of the artificial stuff comes in. I feel like
Right.
where like a lot of the maybe luxury stuff is almost manufactured. So like when you sit down to for dinner. The what's the name of the guy that gives you the fucking wine? What's that called?
Sommelier?
So you have a sommelier come over. Well, the sommelier is presenting the same wines and get the fucking bar at the back of the boat.
Right.
It's the same shit.
Right.
But because you have a sommelier,
It's
you
gotta
feel
be
like
fancy.
You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it's a little bit fancier. But you're not spending any extra money on that. But it gives this illusion of luxury. It's not an illusion of it is luxury.
I
but
was really surprised how good the food was.
the food is excellent.
I was genuinely surprised
The-
by it, because
the
if
fu-
there's
the
one
food
thing
is
I expected to be
absolutely
shitty, it was the
excellent.
food.
Yeah.
No, that is 100% probably the highlights of it. And people love to just go and just fucking eat on those things.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that the food probably has improved maybe like from like 20, 30 years ago. I think that it's always been classic, like cruise food sucks being big ding dongs. But I think, is that not a thing?
I don't think it is, man.
Maybe I'm just
Like,
confusing it with the frequency of food poisoning.
Well,
that breaks out.
well, when they picked Rose off of the Titanic shipwreck, the one thing she said is the boat sucked, but the food was great.
She did say that. I saw that, and she said, "Jack, don't get on this fucking raft." Okay?
I think that
don't fucking fuck up my vibe, dude.
I think that there was one thing that happened on the cruise that summarized the whole cruise.
Okay.
And it was that they showed the movie Bumblebee every night
For the
Yes.
kiddies.
on the deck.
For the kiddies.
Every night.
Yep.
That's
Bumblebee.
the Bumblebee, the Transformers movie that I didn't see and I didn't want to see.
I actually heard it's halfway decent.
I'm
It's
sure
not, because I watched it 1.5 times.
Damn, dude. Damn. That's commitment.
No, it's not. That's with the bar that was open. it was just like it was just why were we watching the same? You couldn't put it on a different Transformers movie.
No, you start with Bumblebee, then you work back to Dark of the Moon, and then you go to Transformers 3, the Chamber of Secrets. Or is
It was just weird, man.
It's a strange goofball place.
You have to understand too, and I don't want to be too like East Coast fucking elite over here, but like there's more interesting shit in the world, dude. And I think that for a lot of people, these are people who they're flying to Florida from like Iowa, and they've got cows, they got potatoes there, and they just want to see something else. just some fucking water, like because they're landlocked. Like we've got a lot of shit over here. We got New York City, the greatest city in the world.
No,
Inaccurate.
Well, it is, but it's
so many cities are better. Boston's better.
what?
Yep.
Disagree.
What?
I have fun in Boston. Boston's
San
a good time.
Francisco's better.
Never been.
Never been to San Francisco. Too expensive.
Yes.
Been to San Diego. San Diego's dope.
Which one's like 70 degrees all the time?
I don't know. Probably San Diego.
San Francisco is pretty much like that.
I mean, California.
It's basically like sweatshirt weather all the time.
That
Yeah.
sounds like fucking heaven.
Anyway, cruises. I think that cruises are something you have to experience to see if you like them, and if you
Yeah.
find out that you do like them, there's no shame in
dude,
it.
Fucking go for it, man.
But like, you got to understand. I think that there's no way that you can like it and think it's authentic at the same time. If you're into authenticity, you're probably not into cruises.
It's you go into it and just kind of shut your brain off.
Certainly,
Once you do that, you have a good time.
it's the
It was like the popcorn of vacations.
exactly.
It was just like empty, buttery calories.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of calories on that boat, and always get a drink package.
Oh, I drank so much. We had drink package, so it was,
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think that you're not going to.
Yeah, don't
drink
think you're
too
going to
much.
game the system.
There's
just
no way.
give them the extra $1,000 or whatever the fuck it is, or
Just-
like $500,
and then just drink
and then just drink it.
and drink and tip so
Yes.
good.
Tip really well because then they'll take very good care of you.
And it's just the right thing to do because these people probably. I mean, do we have any idea what cruise workers make? Do they make
No, but I
shit?
know
Do they make good money.
I think they
Probably
make
shit.
halfway decent money depending if like they're
'Cause
a
they have
server
no
or
room
whatever.
room and board.
Well, they're
And-
also sourced from all over the goddamn planet.
which is I think
Right.
is really cool actually.
Yeah, the
that
one
is
I
cool.
went on actually, all their tags said what country they were from.
Yeah, that's like a big thing. One of the bars I went to, all of the guys at one of the bars, they were from, I can't remember which African country it was, but they were all from the same country. They all worked the same bar and it was sick.
That's cool.
That was really cool. But they're on that boat for like 6 months at a clip. Mm-hmm. Like that's like their shift is like 6 fucking months on a goddamn boat.
Right. Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I mean, I think that the best place you can go on a cruise is to go fuck yourself land. I don't fucking know.
So now I've always wanted to do like the Norwegian cruises. I think
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool. Like the Alaskan
Cruise. Our parents went on that. They said that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think something like that, or like they do. So we're going to Scotland later this year, and one of the things that we briefly looked at was they do cruises around like the Isles.
That'd
Okay.
be kind of sweet.
See, I think that that's. I
You go
think
on a cruise on the Hudson River.
you can take the Dutch apple.
You can until the boat breaks free and floats down the river by itself.
Well, that was the barge.
That was
That's
amazing.
not designed for. That was an unexpected cruise.
Well, actually, so they were the people that bought the barge. They were going to
That was one of the cruise ships too.
well, they're going to repurpose it to
Yeah.
become like a new cruise ship again because like it was stuck in dock, but it found a way. Life finds a
Life
way.
finds-
And then
away.
crashed into a bridge.
Yep.
It was awesome.
I think that we might have
Hudson River, by the way.
tight, dude. I think that we might have cracked it. You know what it really comes down to? Leave the fucking Caribbean alone.
Yeah.
Like we've.
Oh, that's really what I wanted to ultimately get to was that this was a Caribbean cruise, and it was to the Bahamas. Mm-hmm. And when we got there, I was already a little like, I know that this is going to be like, first we're going to get off the boat. I know that we're just going to get like yelled at people trying to sell us all kinds of weird shit.
Yep.
And in the Bahamas, you can't go too far from there before it gets super seedy.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of things we wanted to see. So we didn't want to just go over to like the super tourist area.
Yep.
Like, so we were like, all right, we'll get off and we'll do a little bit of shopping and then we'll make our way, we'll make our way over. There was like a distillery we wanted to go see. But we got off, man, and we were so turned off immediately.
Yep.
Because one of the first things I saw was a big sign that said, "Don't let the cruises define the Bahamas."
Right.
And I was
It
like,
gets-
oh, now I just feel like a piece of shit for being here.
It gets yucky. It gets yucky real quick.
And there's all these people harassing you to buy shit, but I don't blame them.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
And
They
I
make a
don't
buck.
I'm not mad at them for harassing me to buy shit. They're
No,
trying to
it's-
make a buck.
It's our fault
because
for
our fucking,
paralyzing them.
Yeah. So, but once I saw that sign, I was like, let's just go back and hang out on the boat. Like, I just felt really skeevy and shitty about the whole thing. So we just bought a few things and then had it out.
Yeah, there really is there's a heartstrings thing. If you got a heart, if you're not a shithead, you probably will have a moment where you're like, don't belong here. Not in this capacity. No, sir.
Yeah, it just felt really and then you could see there were freaking 3 cruise ships docked.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just tourists walking around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's what other kind of industry are you going to build?
Right.
If this is what you have coming in
can't.
here.
You can't.
And so it was just kind of it was just really gross and felt really exploitative.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I don't spend money there, I'm not really even helping them.
Right.
You're kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't
Yeah.
situation. And I just feel really shitty about the whole thing. So that really, I would definitely, if I would do a cruise again, it would not be a Caribbean cruise. I would like to do one of those Norwegians or something.
Not to
if I was
mention,
gonna do
cruises
it.
are horrible for the environment.
Yeah.
No,
They're
I'm sure
like one of the worst things for the
big
environment
boat
right now.
probably dumping trash and duty all over the place.
And the amount of fuel they use and shit like that.
Yeah, I am very excited to go to Scotland later this year, though, even though it is not a cruise.
Yeah.
But we got an Airbnb for $60 a night.
I'm sure
Nice.
Nicole is pretty pumped too.
Oh, she's losing her shit.
She's a Scotland fanatic.
I thought that she was literally going to drop dead when I showed her that we had booked the flight and everything.
Nice.
All right, folks. Well, go bald. Don't go on cruises. And then we're moving on to the topic. Number. 3.
Explore your country, your own country.
Yeah.
Do that. That's what I'm doing.
United States is real big.
Yeah, I'm going to Colorado later.
Yeah. All right. Topic 333. That's me. Well, guess what, guys? Congratulations to me. I now own a car.
Yay.
Yay. I finally 8 years not really owning a car. I had mom's car for a little bit, then it lasted for a couple months and shit the bed. I was very thankful for that, and I'm very thankful for this car right now because Olivia helped me buy it. Very important to state because I am broke AF. So hopefully I'll get a job and it won't be that situation anymore. But I want to talk about used car salesmen
See, I never really bought
or just car salesmen.
car salesman. Yeah.
A notoriously huckstery group.
Wait, that's so any type of direct sales type stuff where you're trying to sell somebody something they possibly don't need is a little. You gotta have a certain type of personality. Nothing against you if you make that work, and that's the I don't know if I can.
That's the
hustle
fucking
you.
rub, my friend.
That's the hustle you can grind out, man. Good for you. I can't do it.
There is okay, so I think it's probably better to. Well, first of all, let's go. You've bought a car,
I bought 2 cars.
right, Brendan? Brendan, you buy a car?
I lease.
You lease.
Well,
Yeah.
I've bought 1 car. I've leased 1 car.
Okay, so it was going to come down to leasing a car. I was like, I don't really want to pay a bunch of money every month. I basically have a car payment every month, but
Yeah.
then I probably am going to struggle to pay, and then have no equity in the car, and then, I don't really need
I
a
consider
brand new
the same
car.
thing, but then I realized that cars just depreciate in
Yeah,
value,
you never
so
get
the
your money
equity
back.
never really fucking matters.
It's not even that. It's just
It's not like a house where it goes up in value.
well, here's what I have to say. This car ended up costing under $7,000.
Yeah.
So
and
that's-
you're in and you're out. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right. Okay, so let me tell you the tale of going down to New Jersey.
New Jersey, the greatest city in New Jersey.
I went to Lodi,
The greatest city in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
I have no fucking idea where that is.
It's by the city, kinda.
Okay, everything's
go-
by the city,
you
kind of.
go
fucking
down
Did it
8
smell like shit?
It didn't smell bad there. Although, I'll tell you where it did smell bad. Inside the dealership. Because it stickety stank like cologne, my friend. Okay, so we got down there. We drove down. Jason was down.
What the fuck are you doing over there?
Is that New Jersey you're throwing in the trash?
FYI, the podcast listeners can't hear the sound effects on my computer, just like you guys can.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a fucking crumple.
No, my
crumple
computer's running out of space, so I had to delete something real quick to make room.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So
So I'm the
right-
fly producing over here.
Okay, so we should get you an external.
I really need one.
Okay,
Also, Apple needs to explain to me why my 500 gigabyte hard drive has 230 gigabytes of system data.
Fuck
But it can't
yeah.
tell me what it is.
it's to report
what
your
the
shit to
fuck?
the
Yeah.
NSA, dude.
don't
Keep
know
your
what it
nose
is.
clean. It won't be a
Fucking
problem.
insane. We can get one of those $40,000 fucking.
and I just had to delete
Apple
my
Pro, whatever.
my copies of the unedited Star Wars original trilogy without all the goddamn special effects.
Did you just admit to a crime on podcast?
I didn't say where I got them from.
A good point. Tight AF. Oh, is that
I'm
you don't
not-
have
I'm
to
not
you don't have to tap on the mic. You can tap on the table to make that. Oh, who's that at the door?
It's the FBI and George Lucas together.
And George Lucas.
You know, the prequels are actually pretty good. I really wish you guys wouldn't clown on them so much.
I really love leasing. It makes me super happy.
Well, okay, so
It's something about getting a
advantage-
brand new car and then turning your brand new car back in.
Yes,
And getting
so-
a new one.
That is the advantage of leasing, is that you always have a brand new car, but
Never have to worry about the car breaking down, really.
you do have to worry about mileage all the fucking time.
I don't worry about it at all.
Not anymore because you're not driving all over.
Yeah. But still, even at that, man, like I have, I also live pretty close to work. So there is that. But I get 15,000 miles a year. I'm on my third year and I have like 22,000 miles on my car.
Okay.
So
It's pretty tight.
as long
Yeah,
as
we don't accumulate that many miles. Visiting family, we accumulate some miles for that, but we only have 12,000 a year, and we're fine.
All right. La-di-da.
And I live further from work.
All right. So anyway, I bought a used car.
Anyway, so leasing cars.
God damn it. Olivia bought me a car.
Okay.
She's very kind to give me this loan for a little while. We'll keep you updated on the podcast 'cause about what the principal loan
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
and
yeah.
what the interest rate is.
That compound interest.
Okay, so we went down to New Jersey. We left the house at 6:30 a.m. We were at the poorhouse until 1 a.m. the night before. I was very tired, and I had to drive to New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, New Jersey, Lodi, New Jersey. Anyway, the important thing to get across here is that it sucked. The whole experience sucked.
Yeah,
Fuck-
buying a car fucking blows.
Car salesmen, they are sadistic fucks, and they're weird, and they're fucking weird.
Do they don't let you go.
There's laws that prevent you from being able to just like buy cars online
Yeah.
and stuff.
So that these people stay fucking employed.
Okay, here is what happened. We went down. 7. We got there at 9. Left the house at 6:30. Get there at 9. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese from Dunkin' Donuts and a cup of coffee on the way down. Get to the place. I get out there. They are eating Dunkin' Donuts outside the place. These are the associates. They're standing outside the place. We're a little bit early. I think it's like right at 9. I think the place opens right at 9. They're eating and they're vaping.
Hell yeah, they are.
I go up to the guy that I had an appointment with, named John. John says, "I'm eating my sandwich, so give me a little minute here. Car's over there. Go take a look, bud." And so he had already clocked me as a goddamn nerd.
Yep.
And he had figured I don't know shit about cars.
Yep.
And that I was an easy mark. And he was true on all accounts. And he vaped deep with that juice. Anyway.
What type of rig did he have?
He had like one of the stick ones, but with Fat Boy sticks.
Oh, Fat Boy
like,
stick.
Not like the like fist sized
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It was a big boy stick. He's definitely putting his own custom juice in there.
Could you smell what type of juice?
Couldn't smell the juice. I could only smell the Dunkin' Donuts bacon, egg, and cheese he was schnoshing on. Okay. So I go over, I start looking at the car, I'm talking to Olivia, and this other guy comes over, or he comes over with this other guy, and he says, "Hey, this is Michael. He's going to take care of you today." That's that. I got another guy. Fucking, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Life's hard. Got a different guy now. All right, so I start looking at the car. He's like, "Okay, I'm waiting for keys," and he starts just talking to me about stuff.
Yep.
He tells me about how he went to the hospital recently. He tells
Yeah,
me
he's trying to butter you up, dog.
he is trying to butter me up, but too bad because I am an easy mark, and it did work. Okay, so we finally get the keys. His manager comes over. He tells us that his manager had violent diarrhea the night before, and he was going to drop off the keys and then go straight to the hospital.
They should maybe check the water source at this place or something. If everybody's getting fucking explosive diarrhea.
I'm pretty sure you could have gotten this in Albany.
Yeah.
I don't know why you had to travel for this kind of treatment.
That's a good point. Good point, no doubt. Well, I think that New Jersey is like the pro league of Albany skeeziness.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's where you graduate to.
Right. The Albany's the feeder team. If you can't hack it in Albany, you go to New Jersey.
So, what kind of car is this?
It's a Fiat 500 Pop.
Oh, it's the Fiat out
Yes.
out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a fun little car. I drove it.
It's a fun little
Yeah.
car. Do you want to drive it? You could drive it.
No, thanks.
Okay.
It's a nice little car. It's got a stick
Do you
shift.
drive stick?
No,
Oh, okay, then you can't drive it.
then I will not.
Millennial.
Yeah.
A fucking millennial.
If you're so on your phone, you could have learned. Back in my day, we used to
Anti-theft device. Millennial anti-theft device.
got him. Oh God, dude, that feels so good.
Oh man, fucking got you,
My
Brandon.
God, can I take a second and just jerk it?
You really did.
You're fucking bastard. Oh, and you deserve it. You deserve it.
Learn to drive stick.
Anyway,
I know. I should learn how to drive stick, and maybe you guys can learn how to record your own goddamn podcast.
You would know how to record a podcast.
Yeah,
you
I actually
fucking
tried to
millennial.
learn how to drive stick, and it was a fucking disaster.
It's not that
I
hard.
love driving stick.
I don't know why, but I had a very hard time learning, and I never.
It
tried
takes a
again.
little getting used to, and
Yeah.
installing is the most anxiety-inducing experience.
I have actually a pretty defined strategy for going in and getting a car that I want. I pick a model and I walk in and say I want the cheapest one of that model that exists. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much the entire strategy because I'm not going to go to any other model. Mm-hmm. I want the cheapest one of the model that I pick.
Right.
So I went in and I said, I would like to lease an HRV. I would like the cheapest HRV that you have. What is that? They said, we're not leasing HRVs. I said, goodbye.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hold on.
Wait a second.
Wait, it's just a prank. It's a prank,
Give me
bro.
1 minute. Give me 1 minute. And then he came back and said, we're not doing any leases on HRVs right now, but we do have an HRV from last year, but it's not the cheapest one. It's the most expensive model, but we'll lease it to you for the price of the cheapest one because we got to get rid of it. And I was like, sold.
So that's basically what the situation with mine was minus the lease. It was that it's a 2012. It's got pretty low mileage, it's like 4,000 miles, but
40,000 miles?
40,000.
Oh, I think it's 4,000. I was like, whoa, Jesus.
Yeah, no. 2012, like 3 owners or some shit like that. Nobody really fucking drove it. And they just got to get rid of this thing because who the fuck is going to buy it besides a couple of Mark nerds like me and Olivia? All right, so we start the buying process. I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious that we're going to buy this car and we're going to swallow whatever bullshit that they put.
Just give me the fucking price.
And so the guy, he's a strange feller. He said that we were super cool and that the people
Mentioned it way too many times.
he said that we were super cool and he's having a good time with us, and that the people that he usually deals with aren't so super cool like us. First thing that we noticed, I got right in there and I was like, I've been to the fucking mechanic before. Check this shit out, Olivia. Check the lights. And I started doing all the lights and checking them. She goes, there's a headlight out. And he goes, no, that's a running light. And for some fucking reason, both me and Olivia were like, okay.
God.
No problem by me. Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. So we go. So I replaced the headlight yesterday. Carboy on my own. Anyway, so we go inside. It's just some highlights from the visit.
Yeah.
He at one point he was saying we were talking about something. He goes, "Oh yeah, I got this ringing in my ear. Just constant. I actually got in a really bad car accident." And I was like, "Cool, dude."
Is that why he was in the hospital?
Right. I don't fucking know. And he was like, yeah, and like, it was like, it's like
I
hell.
wonder if, like, in a month, like, there's going to be a Sacha Baron Cohen show is going to come out and it's just you buying this car.
He was like, it's hell, but you know what? Like, it kind of keeps me going. I was like, tight.
Fucking Christ,
He had a
bro.
very like low high energy. Like
Yeah.
he was like he would like say something funny and then you like bring it right down. I'm like, I can't. I fucking am.
Have you-
What?
have you
Is
seen
he
the,
high on cocaine?
Funny you should say that because he said that he when he got home last night at 4:30 a.m. Sounds like cocaine to me.
Yep.
Sound like cocaine to you?
Sounds like cocaine to
Sounds
me.
like cocaine to you, Brendan?
It does.
Yeah, he was
I've known
probably
a
doing-
couple of car dealers.
How dare you
and-
suggest that they would use a dirty drug like cocaine?
There was one guy that I used to be acquainted with when I lived in Oswego, and he started working at one of the Fusillo places, and they actually had to call an ambulance to one of the dealerships because he either OD'd or had a heart attack or something.
He had a huge heart attack.
No, it was a young guy. Like he did too much like Molly.
Was it
or,
huge?
It was huge. He did a huge amount of Molly.
He
and,
pulled
like,
a Billy
almost died.
Mays right there on the fucking sales floor.
Yeah, he fucking OD'd or some
awesome.
shit like that. Yeah, they do drugs.
Okay.
Wait. Have you seen the Eric Andre skit at the car dealership?
Oh, it's one of my favorite fucking things in
That's
the world.
all I'm picturing.
I'd like a big
is that
car
that
for a
car
big-
dealership, except it's you showing up. The guy's like, I don't trust like that.
I don't trust like that.
So
Harry,
I'd like your largest car.
I don't trust like that. I will not show you my genitals, Harry.
I wish that me and Olivia had done that. I got on Olivia's shoulders and we just walked in tall.
So let's talk more about leasing.
No. I got more stories about Mike. Okay, so after saying that he's in constant pain and that his ear is always ringing, he just gets quiet and he goes, you know, the more and more I think about it, I really start to identify with the Joker.
Dude, how were you not on a hidden camera show?
And I, being the affable person that I am, who also likes to protect my girlfriend from creepazoids, like Mike, I go, oh yeah, well, you know, like the Joker is like, you know, that's the point. You're supposed to kind of identify with his cause because he is an anti-authoritarian character, you know, to Batman's obvious, you know, aggressive fascist tendencies. And he goes, yeah, cool.
Andrew.
And then he goes, you know, if you like listen to like some of the things he says, like you really like just listen like out of context, like it really does make sense. And he's just, I really want to be like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. We live in a fucking society. Guess what?
Yes.
Guess what movie was playing on the TV while the whole time while we were doing
Swordfish.
Cars 3, baby. And he told me
Pretty much the same movie as Swordfish.
he fucking loves that movie. He said, I was like, well, you got kids. He's like, yeah. I got 3 kids, but I love that movie.
So I have a much different experience than the two of you for buying a car. So I went into Fusillo Volkswagen of Schenectady.
Huge, Dom.
And I said to the first man I saw, I said, hello. And said, hello, sir. I said, my car just failed its inspection. I don't know if I'm going to pass a credit check. I need a car now. They said, I think we can figure something out.
Did you try calling J.G. Wentworth?
Now, did you have an annuity, but you need cash now? Not a sponsor.
Yeah, so pretty much the guy just like, this is going to be the easiest sale of my day. He took me in the car for 5 minutes, like, do you like Volkswagens? I'm like, I do. It's like, this guy's stuck in it. I'm like, I'm cool with that. It's like, all right, cool. We'll sign the paperwork. But it still took like 3 fucking hours.
It took me, I got out of there in 2 hours.
3 fucking hours.
I
for me to
watched
get out of
most of Cars 3 because it started halfway through. They were watching some weird fucking other kids. They were playing only kids movies in there, and it was all broy dudes that stunk like cologne.
What would you have done if you went and it was just just clips of the Joker?
I just want to imagine like they're all vaping too because it came from like corporate or some shit that they can't smoke cigarettes because that's unbecoming or
Right.
something like that. So they smoke cigarettes at night, but during the day they're fucking just vaping all day.
Dude, I think that he's got the fucking Joker juice in there. He's fucking
Joker juice. Got
the
he's
laughing gas.
Yeah, dude, he's turning it into it's fucking Joker toxin. He's Joker toxin in me.
I think that the number one best part about having good credit is that
You can kind of
I don't
swing
deal
your
with that
dick
shit.
a little bit. Yeah. My
Like,
credit's,
oh,
my
do you-
credit's better now.
Do you want to put any money down on this? No.
I didn't put any money down on that.
Yeah. No, I would not like to put any money down.
One-
cool. That will have no impact on how much this car costs. All right.
One of the things they did do at Fusillo was they're like, do you have your car with you? I go, no, I don't. It's like, can you get it here? No, I can't. I said, all right, well, you're gonna use that for your trade-in for your down. That was actually my down payment. So we're gonna use that as your down payment. Describe it to me.
4 wheels,
4 wheels. It's
runs over people if you're not careful.
It's an 09. It's got a stick shift, 6 speeds. Any rust? Not that I know. What's wrong with the car? Not a car guy. Fair enough. He did what he called a sight unseen appraisal, and then gave me like
Yep, I
fucking
had that
four.
before.
Yeah, give me like $4,000 for it, which was definitely not worth.
Prime car loan.
So a few years ago when I went and got my first lease, it was a Honda. I always have Hondas.
Great cars.
I love my Hondas. But so what I had before
Volkswagens.
though was I had bought my parents' Nissan Rogue. I bought that because my PT Cruiser got wrecked.
Oh, you fucking.
So you got the Rogue because
But
you're
let me-
also a big fan of the Joker, who's
Let
a
me
famous
start
rogue.
at the beginning of the story. When I turned 18, my parents were like, you should, or it wasn't when I turned 18, but it was around there. My parents gave me the genius idea of buying a brand new car.
Cool.
This was a bad idea.
Yeah, for a child.
I don't know why they thought this was a good idea, but I bought a brand new shitty Hyundai.
Okay.
So now I owed like $15,000.
Nope.
And I had to have insane insurance because I was only like 19 years old. And I couldn't afford anything because like literally half of my income went to the goddamn shitty car I had.
Fuck yeah.
So then eventually that car kind of fell apart. And thankfully a relative had helped me pay it off at one point, so it was okay. But then I had gone through some other stuff, and then I needed a new car. And that car was on its last legs. And a relative was like, I was finishing college at the time. He's like, hey, it's a college gift. I want to help you with a car. I have good credit. I'll sign on the car for you and everything. He had like an in at this dealership. He had bought a bunch of cars at because he was a big car collector.
Okay.
Collector, but he went through a lot of cars.
Right. He was down.
Yeah, he had gotten like a...
It was in the mob.
Yeah. Well, so it was my grandfather, and fun fact about my grandfather, he was in a rival gang to John Gotti's rival gang as teenagers.
Yeah, fuck Gotti.
But
We're
anyway,
an anti-Gotti podcast. Glad he's got fucking Gambinos shot him down or whatever.
At least according to my grandfather, when he was a teenager, he was in a street gang that basically was opposed to like John Gotti's street gang.
Yeah, what a dick.
Anyway, he was like, I'm gonna help you with this car, but I'm gonna pick the car out, and we're gonna go to my guy. And I was like, whatever, man. So we go to the dealership.
He's like, you ask me for a lease.
The guy's basically
day of
like,
my daughter's wedding.
he was basically like, I'm gonna cash in my goodwill here, and the guy's like, okay, I'll give you a car for basically what we paid for it.
Tight.
And he's like, all right, you're gonna get this PT Cruiser. And I was
yeah.
like, it's a free car. I am not gonna complain.
Yeah, it's been.
So he bought it for $7,500.
Okay.
Christ.
It had 20,000 miles on it.
Okay.
They're just cheap.
Yeah.
So he gives me the PT Cruiser, drive it for a couple of years. Nicole gets into a car accident in it. Car's totaled. Not her fault, but car's totaled. So I talked to the guy that's going to appraise the car, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to see. He's like, it's almost certainly totaled. I'll let you know what we're going to give you for it.
Right.
I was like, sure. So a couple of days later, he calls me up, and he's like, can I just, he's like, I know how much we're going to give you for it. I'm just curious because the PT Cruisers are very weird about value. How much did you pay for it? And I was like, well, when we bought it, it was $7,500. He's like, I think you're going to be really happy. We're giving you $9,500 for this car. I had put like 25,000 miles on it.
Fuck yeah.
Christ.
And they were giving me $2,000 more than we had paid for it.
Jesus
and I was
Christ.
like, how does that work out that way? And he was like, well, PT Cruisers are valued very high, but nobody actually wants them.
Yeah.
Tight.
So when
Except
they
for
get,
our mother.
yeah,
when
she
they
had PT Cruiser convertible.
when they get
two of them.
wrecked, was it red?
No, it was
Oh, I had
blue.
the red one.
She
She
had
had
a blue and a white one.
Blue and a white one.
When they get wrecked, they're actually pretty valuable. But when you go to buy them from a dealership, it's pretty tough to pay a lot for them.
So this is the fucking lesson that you learned from this podcast. This is the episode's lesson. Just to sum it all up. If you're going bald, shave it off. Increase your power level. Going on a cruise, don't go to the Caribbean because we're kind of wrecking it with our disgusting consumerism. If you're going to get a PT Cruiser, crash that shit because it's worth more
Yeah.
dead than it is
But then
alive.
don't use the money you get from that to buy a Nissan Rogue with like 150,000 miles on it,
Hell yeah.
which then completely falls apart very, very, very quickly. And then, and I'm not kidding, this really happened. I was going to trade that car in and use it as my down payment on my lease, and it died 2 days before I was going to turn it in, which means it went from like I would have gotten like $4,000 for it to I got $400 for it.
Baby,
Nice.
I fucking drove that Sebring over to the dealership when we traded in for Olivia's car. It was her down payment. We brought that Sebring over there. It died in the fucking parking lot, baby. Overheated right there. We were afraid it was going to catch on fire. The mechanic that we talked to before that said leave it on and running so that the radiator fan can keep running so it doesn't catch on fire.
All right. What do you think, boys? Taking this home?
Yeah.
Listen, dude. One last thing about my Fiat. It's probably going to come up quite a bit on the
The
podcast.
Spaghetti Mobile.
It's a Spaghetti Mobile. It's in Gandolfini green.
Jesus Christ.
It fucking once again, if you guys remember the Italian job, they did that with Mini Coopers. I'm ready to do the English job with my little Fiat. Any guests that want to ride for me in that
These
car?
all sound like sex moves.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We're gonna give you an English
It's
job.
it's the Fiat 500 Pop. That's the extra. You got to pay extra for that.
Jesus Christ. All right, folks, if you're listening, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Thank you to all the patrons for the money you give us every month. We appreciate you. We don't say it enough.
Mostly we make fun of you.
Yeah. If
You're
you are
fucking idiots. I mean, like I'm not gonna lie to you. You're my friends. You give me money every month, but you're dumb. I don't know why you do it.
if you are listening and you do want to give us some money, you can go to patreon.com/everyone I know. We do appreciate it. You'll get some stuff, more information on the Patreon. We're not that active over there because it's just like another thing and nobody really goes to it, so fuck it.
We gave out our gifts.
Yeah, we're
the-
not acting like we don't post there.
We don't post on Patreon. It's mostly for gifts. I mean, we don't really believe in sequestering content.
Yeah.
We'd rather just have everybody get it. If you're giving to us, it's because you're solid as fuck, and I will make you little trinkets and candles, and it's great.
So with that, thank you, folks, and be nice to each other, right?
Be
Nice.
nice.
And rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah, do that too. We have a YouTube channel you can do that at.
Our Twitter's pretty dope.
It's pretty good. My Instagram's pretty dope.
It's okay.